Now,
Talk from your butthole, right?
has anyone seen the new Fantastic Four movie? Please tell me none of you have seen it.
I've seen part of it. I didn't pay for it. I went to go see Road Nation. Really good.
I only seen the trailer.
The trailer's probably gonna be the best thing about that movie. I'm gonna let you know right now.
True. Trailer wasn't that good.
They lost almost $60 million off that movie. Lost. And you want to know the shitty thing about it that I've read about it this morning?
What?
They're making a fucking sequel. Already.
Why not? They got this popular. Why the fuck?
They're making a sequel because they want to link it to the last X-Men movie.
Of course they do.
Because Fox is the biggest piece of shit ever. Rev, don't even waste your internet connection watching this movie, because I did. This is the worst 90 minutes of my life.
Oh, you seen it? Oh, okay.
It was the big, yeah, I did a review of it.
Oh, I think I missed that shit. My watch list was full as fuck. All right.
Yeah, it's like 5.5 minutes of me talking. It's pretty much 5.5 minutes about me talking shit about the movie, because the movie sucked ass. Fucking characters sucked.
You wasted your money. You should have seen the Ant-Man.
No, I saw Ant-Man. Ant-Man kicked fucking ass. A lot of people said it was better than the Avengers. I don't completely agree with that, but this Age of Ultron was the shit.
It did be filmed in that one scene.
Yeah, they brought that up.
Because they want to try to be slick and blame Ultron on Tony when originally Ant-Man created Ultron, but I'm not gonna throw him under the bus.
I thought they were blowing that up, like the program was created by the Hank Pym.
Yeah, but of course Hank Pym's old as dog shit in the Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because when they first brought up, I was like, oh, Hank, I'm like, wait a minute, why is Hank old as fuck in this movie? The other one seems like the same age as everybody else. But I'm like, oh, he's gonna pass the torch. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, watching the trailers, I thought that Paul Rudd was gonna be Hank Pym.
I mean, if you look at the canon of the comics, it all makes sense. This is directly, they do it justice, even though they show parts where Hank Pym was younger, even though they did that in Ant-Man, they did show more or less Paul Rudd's character, which he actually does steal the Ant-Man suit in the comic books and uses it to rob a bank or some shit, do a heist to help his daughter out. So they really stayed close to that, and they did a great
they did a good job with Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Fucking Fantastic Four was horrible.
I knew that the nigga
plot sucked. Character development sucked. The pace sucked.
Oh, Fantastic Four, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Like Chris Evans, Human Torch, and who was the girl who played Invisigirl? Who was it?
Invisigirl.
Invisibitch.
But yeah, it was Jessica Alba played the original.
Now see, they had chemistry, because I talked about this in the video. They had chemistry with one another. Like Chris Evans' character was like, your power's invisible, you're a bitch, and she'd be like, stop it! That's brother and sister compatibility. There was none of that in the other movie. And I thought they were gonna like bring up saying, because the Human Torch was black, their father was black.
I was confused on that.
Invisible Woman was white. At first, the rumor was they were dating. They weren't brother and sister. And I was like, that's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my life, because fucking Mr. Fantastic and Invisigirl were together. But then it was like, oh no, they're not gonna be in love. So I'm like, what? Is she gonna be fucking adopted? But they never brought it up. So I'm probably the only person watching the movie thinking like, so is the mom white, black, Brazilian?
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
White and black kids. So straight down the middle. I think it was obvious that one of them was
a white woman with nappy hair.
Right.
Or a black woman with nice hair.
That one bitch that was lying about being black.
Oh yeah, that bitch.
She's the mama. That's real one right there.
Yeah.
But as soon as they started showing that was the dad, that dude with the glasses, the deep ass voice, deep into my shit with the eggplant head, that nigga.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, that's the dude from The Mask that died. That's sad. That's the only movie I've seen him in that I can recall anyway. When he was like the doctor is about to operate.
You know, I bet that Chris Evans is thinking to himself, gee, I'm not the worst Fantastic Four movie anymore.
Yeah.
Which is great because, yeah, from what I saw in the trailer, like, there's no way they could have pulled this off correctly.
Nope. It sucked major ass. And of course, surprisingly, this is the only fantastic. I mean, this is only to my knowledge, and plus the quality was kind of shitty, and I was kind of in and out of the movie because the plot was so shitty. There was no fucking Stan Lee
cameo. Yeah.
Yeah, no Stan Lee cameo.
You
I was
know,
like, oh yeah, this movie sucks.
The movie is bad if Stan Lee is not even making an appearance in it.
Yeah. You know the movie sucks if Stan Lee's not in it.
I think the reason why Stan Lee wasn't in it because of all the reshoots that they did. Matt, let me ask you something. If you can remember anything from this shitty ass movie, as you can call, do you remember Invisible Girl or that see-through hoe? Do you remember her hair changing, like color, texture, anything like that? Like, can you?
I don't recall her hair changing at all. Not that I know. Anyway, not that I can remember.
You can look at the trailer and see that her hair switches color and length and shit and thickness, clearly showing that there was reshoots. And from what I heard,
oh my god! You need to tell me this movie was a poorly edited YouTube movie? Oh my god! They couldn't cut her hair or nothing.
The director they brought on obviously did the movie Chronicle, and so he got a lot of buzz from that. And he wanted to do a Fantastic Four movie, but he wanted to do something different where the powers was more looked at as deformities and stuff like that, which makes sense. It was got the studio hot and runny.
Yeah, you just fucked it up.
To get him to direct and write it, and when he gave him the final product, the studio was like, no, this is not superhero-y enough. You got to have 12-year-olds and 8-year-olds coming in to see this shit. We can't have people looking at this as a horror movie. So they went in and did a whole bunch of re-edits to the film. Hence why See-Through Ho changes wigs constantly. She light blonde hair to dark blonde. You can look at the trailer and be like, did she dye her hair in between getting powder?
I didn't even pay attention.
So that could explain why Stan Lee's in there, because they were so busy trying to do a complete film that they forgot to say, hey, let's get the creator in here to do his traditional stand-in, his little credit. No, they was too busy trying to put together a movie that they spent $200 million on.
I mean, it was produced by Fox. What?
And you see how in the trailer they were like, oh, the studio that brought you X-Men. Yeah, because there's no other fucking good Marvel movie you guys came out with.
Is there anything good that ever came from Fox?
X-Men.
X-Men series. X-Men series is the only good Marvel movies they came out with.
First Class.
First Class was
X-Men 2.
Well, they dropped the ball way before.
Again, the old Fantastic Four movies did better than this one.
Yeah.
Whoever they got to direct Ant-Man, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, they should have gotten it for this.
I think didn't they have the same guy do for Avengers 1 and 2, the same director?
Yeah, they did.
To do what?
For direct the Avengers.
I thought they had the same
guy. But they fucking that up already because one of the reasons why I don't think Avengers was as good as it's supposed to be, because you can tell, like,
Disney.
He kind of like didn't give a fuck at the end of the day, because they were still restricting him from doing what he wanted to do. Same with the director with Ant-Man, hence why they had to replace him, the dude who did Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. That's how I knew it was gonna be good, because that nigga was directing it.
Ant-Man was the most fun I ever had in a movie theater, even more than Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll say that much right now. That was the best movie I ever watched. I told you that before.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, it was definitely refreshing. It felt like
My funniest words.
But also generally what I felt after I saw it, it felt like seeing the first Iron Man again.
Yeah,
It was
that's,
just me and my machine.
that's what you can compare.
A smaller, condensed world. I mean, it moved from a movie about a whole city being lifted up in the air to, you know, a motherfucking heist film, a small, intricate heist film. It was just refreshing until next summer when we got more shit. So it was a perfect move for Marvel to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like me and my friends were like rolling around in our seats when the funny parts came on, and then clinging on to them as the action parts came on.
Right. It was pretty goddamn long. I liked it. Can't we say a lot about it that I didn't like? It was just, everything's just kind of made and solid.
How
I guess
the fuck did T.I. get in the movie?
More Paul Ruggers.
Yep, T.I. was in the movie.
How the fuck did he get in the movie? Because when I saw him in the trailer, I'm like, how the fuck is T.I. in this movie?
That what made me worry when I saw T.I. in the movie. So that nigga is
I was like, damn, Marvel got fucking T.I. in this? What? Is he gonna be the Black Panther?
When I saw him, I was just like, how did you get T.I. in this motherfucker? What? He's horrible in everything because he plays T.I. trying to play a character trying to act.
Yeah,
But he was actually tolerable in this. He had to make me go, oh, okay, I'm forgetting that T.I. is in the movie. Because anything else, I'm like, why is T.I. in this shit?
Looks like he's just gonna play himself.
T.I. was actually okay.
Yeah, he was actually really good in this. And I was pleasantly surprised by Paul Rudd.
Well, I knew it was gonna be good because Paul Rudd was in it.
Well, usually when I see him in the movies, I usually see him as like a prick or like just a clown. But here he had an actually good character.
Ooh, I gotta pee.
Oh, I guess we talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah. So Antonio.
Yep.
I was looking at the box office response for Fantastic Four. I don't know if I should say this again when Matt comes back, but apparently Rolling Stone gave Fantastic Four a 0 out of 4.
Wow.
Calling it the cinematic equivalent of malware. And worse than worthless.
It's just an empty, kind of bleak kind of movie that could have been at least enjoyable if the studio hadn't remeshed it so it's even more. It's just like you trying to look at a blurry picture and somebody comes in and sprays water in your eyes. You know you can't see shit. That's what the movie is pretty much is about. And I was not into the character to begin with, but I was willing to give it a chance, but even at that point, it was
My little pretty kid.
a done deal. They were going to do this movie.
And another critic from IGN said that the film was drab and inert. Said that the two previous Fantastic Four films, in retrospect, seemed better. And the film did not show the character development between the members of the team, which I could see happening in the trailer.
Where's that again?
He said that the film did not show enough character development between the members of the Four, which is probably what I saw in the trailer. Like, these characters don't look like they're connecting, even though it's what they're supposed to do in the end.
My cat was looking here like, who the fuck is talking? I don't see people in here.
Did you hear all that?
Huh?
Did you hear everything I was saying?
No, I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I gotta do the editing so I can look back at the audio.
Oh, it was still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess leave then.
I nutted and she's still sucking.
I was just mentioning some of the reviews that the movie got.
No, you don't need to look at the reviews. Take my fucking word for it. The movie's the biggest piece of shit in my life. Oh wait, we still talking about Ant-Man or?
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. You know, it took them an hour. I know people are going to get sick because they're like, damn, Matt, I already saw the video, you repeating the same shit. But it's serious. It took them almost 65 minutes to explain between And first of all, they started with fucking Mr. Fantastic as a little kid working on like an alternate universe transporter fucking device or some gay ass shit. Then he gets picked up by Johnny's dad. Then they fast forward to like, I don't know, I guess when they're like in high school and all that. And then he's like, oh, how about if I offer you and Ben full scholarships at my lab and you can work on this shit. And Dr. Doom was the biggest piece of shit character ever. He was like 40 years old and he looked like he didn't want to be there. Yeah, I'm Victor Von Doom. And I was gonna be pissed, like, if they make this movie sucks. If they make him, hello, my name is Victor Von Doom. Make him like some German asshole or something, and that was gonna piss me off. But they never explained his plot at all. They just threw him in there saying like, oh yeah, Victor Von Doom, yeah, I've worked on this shit for like 20 years. Yeah, okay, you're Mr. Reeds, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Like, what the fuck is that? No, say his mom was a gypsy, his dad was a scientist, he experienced with science and magic, and then boom, that's how he got his fucking powers. And
then they just go ahead and make a full Dr. Doom movie. None of the renditions got him right at all. That motherfucker's raw as hell. They didn't go ahead and just make a full-fledged Dr. Doom movie, and then have Fantastic Four.
That would have made more sense if they did that.
Or whatever, have them as a cameo. Because really, those
that would have made more
characters
sense. I agree.
are too goofy to be taken seriously at all. So I would recommend them doing that.
And then he was pissed about two things. Number one, he wanted to bang Invisibitch. Because he had one of those fucking shittiest evil villain lines like, I'm sorry, I thought we could share the world together. I'm going to have to kill you, that gay ass shit. And then he was like, because they transported to the alternate universe, which how they got their powers, which I think was kind of stupid, because they touched some green ink or whatever shit that was there. And it was like, I don't remember because, like I said, the quality was kind of bad because it was like some fucking camcorder type of shit when I watched it. But it was like, I didn't see how Johnny just what's the word? Fucking combusted into flames. Just out of fucking nowhere.
Exploded.
Yeah, he just exploded into flames when he got back in the pod. And Ben, aka the Thing, his pod door couldn't close. So before it closed, a bunch of rocks was just hitting him in the face. He was like, oh god, rocks! Ah! Then he finally got the latch closed, and then Johnny just fell out and then burst into flames. I'm like, oh, okay. So, fucking just bursted into flames. And
you say this girl, she didn't go in the mention. She got hit by a laser coming out.
Yeah, it was from the laser, like when they transported back. It was, I guess, it was kind of like an EMP. It just like blew up and spread, and for some reason, it didn't affect no one but her, which was kind of a little bit unrealistic.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it was like it was like the whole lab was knocked out. And it was just, I'm like, oh, so I mean, out of that, no one else like got a deformed finger or grew an extra thumb or some shit. Out of that, just her. So that sucked. So between him being a little kid, him joining up with John's dad in the lab and stuff, and them getting their powers and training how to use it, took 65 minutes out of the 90-minute movie. I just explained 65 minutes of a movie, less than 10 minutes. That's how shitty the movie was.
So wait, it took them an hour to explain an exposition.
And Dr. Doom wasn't in it at all. Once they left him behind, they thought he died. So that whole time, up to like the last maybe 20 minutes of the movie, is when they brought him back. Now see, in a regular Marvel-owned movie, they would have said like, oh man, we're back, we're awake, did we survive? Oh shit, I got these weird powers. Then they would cut to Dr. Doom saying, wait a minute, I'm alive. Wait, where is everybody? No! Then cut back to them working and training their powers. That's how Marvel would have done it.
True.
They didn't show Dr. Doom at all until the very fucking end when they decided to say, oh, okay, we learned powers, maybe if we go back, and they tried to not get their powers anymore. They went back to the alternate universe to see if they could find a cure for their powers. In the original Fantastic Four movie, they're like, oh man, I can stretch, my dick can get long for no. Oh well, I guess we're stuck like this, guys. All the Marvel-owned superhero movies were like, oh, we got these powers, oh fucking well. But Fox wants to fuck it up and say, oh no, they got these powers, no, let's make them not want the powers.
Right.
But Peter Parker lost his fucking mind when he got them powers. He's like, shit, I can break dance on the walls? Hell yeah, I'm keeping these.
Well, what about the Sony remake of Spider-Man? How was that compared to the original?
I don't even know, I haven't watched that in a while. What was that, like, The Amazing Spider-Man?
Like you know what I'm talking about, like compared to the one with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. Like, the one with Emma Stone.
Overall, it was just a cash grab. They needed to hang on to the property. Same way they're doing Fantastic Four. They just needed to hang on to the property. So
true.
You could, if you used to look up how they began on doing that movie, it's because they was going to do a fourth Spider-Man movie with the original cast from the Sam Raimi joints. The cast fell off. Then
a lot of them didn't want to come
Sam
back for
Raimi was
the other movies.
And he fell off. They're going to have the Vulture come in and be the bad guy.
Yep.
He fell off.
That would have been good.
Thing. And,
Jamie Foxx's Electro.
Exactly.
I thought he was gonna have like the original costume where he had like the yellow mask and lightning and all that shit. I thought that would have been cool if he had that.
That's true.
He just wanted to be blue electricity, so I was like, oh, that's alright. That's not too bad.
I was looking at the names of the cast, like, no wonder why I wouldn't like the movie if I did go see it.
Yeah, Fantastic Four sucked balls, dude. Before it came out to theaters, Rotten Tomatoes scored it at 18%. When the movie premiered and was out for like 3 days, it bumped it down to a 9. I was like, Jesus.
No, like, okay.
Ant-Man got like a 95%. I was like, alright, cool.
You got Tim Blake Nelson. I'm like, apparently Susan Storm is the adopted child, and that's why they don't look.
I knew she was fucking adopted. Why didn't they say anything? They're not like, oh yeah, Mr. Reed, this is Susan. Yeah, we adopted her because she was alone, and I don't even recall it because I was so fucking in and out of the fucking movie. Because I'm like, oh, they're down discovering their powers. All right, fuck it. What's going on with Xbox?
You could assume it. I think they mentioned it a little bit.
Susan Storm, Kate Mara. No wonder. I hate Kate Mara.
I don't know nothing about the bitch, so I guess she's bad. I have no opinion.
She just looks like she can't act.
Yeah, like I said, between Susan and Johnny, there was no chemistry, no brother and sister chemistry in the fucking movie. And this is another thing I pointed out in the fucking movie.
It's like,
that pissed me off.
Give me. You are Susan Storm. Okay.
Okay, Susan Storm. Susan Storm. Okay, and then they do that acting face with the hand down the face, like.
I am Susan Storm.
But yeah, this is another thing I pointed out in my rant video that kind of pissed me off. Chris Evans' character, when he was Johnny Storm, he was a cocky, arrogant douchebag, correct?
Mm-hmm.
In this one, he's a spoiled fucking rich kid.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason why he participated in the experiment and all that is because his dad said, oh, you need to learn about responsibilities. I'm taking your car and you gotta work for it back. I'm like, get this shit out of my fucking face. So he's only involved in this because daddy took his fucking car.
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember why all of them went up in space in the original one. I don't know.
That made more sense. And then, of course, fucking Dr. Doom shows up in the last 25, 30 minutes of the fucking movie. And I think this was like the second last thing that pissed me off is that he came back and he's like, oh, you guys finally decided to come back and look for me. Okay, I'll come back to Earth with you guys. Back to Earth. Oh, you know what? Humans can't take care of the Earth. The Earth is dying. He's like, you know, a fucking vegetarian and shit, caring about Mother Earth. Dr. Doom's a fucking hippie in this movie. You guys don't know how to care about Earth, so I'm gonna destroy Earth and rule that alternate universe by myself and masturbate for the rest of my fucking life.
Right. Save the world by killing.
Yeah, and then be a god in the alternate universe where there's no fucking living thing there. So.
Where did this guy learn to save people? The United States?
Yeah, really. So what he plans to do is that he escapes and he kills dozens of people. So while he's walking back to the machine to go back to the alternate universe, he's killing fucking people left and right, making their heads blow up in their hazmat suits and shit. Then they kill Johnny's dad. Then he goes back to the alternate universe. Now here's the thing that bothers me. Everyone's fucking dead. A normal person would be standing there like in a normal movie, they would be standing there seeing lights hanging from the ceiling and all that, power, sparks flying everywhere, and he'd be like, oh my god, they killed everyone. No, not this Fantastic Four. They skip everybody else, run to Johnny's dad saying, oh my god, Dad, are you okay? No, Dr. Doom fucking killed me. Oh, well, fuck everybody else dying. They killed my daddy. Let's go kick his ass. And, yeah.
This movie sounds like...
It's weird that he has scanner powers to blow people's heads up, but he couldn't do that to any of the Fantastic Four fighting him?
Yeah, because they fought him individually, and of course they had a shitty line. Mr. Fantastic had a shitty line where he was like, yeah, one by one he could defeat us, but he can't defeat all of us. I'm like, this is corny-ass superhero shit.
And that's the movie's problem, is went to one end of the extreme to the other, where everybody's a mutant, a freak, and then everybody's got to work tag team together and bond together against a villain who was exploding people's heads in the hallway. And you can see how the studio got fucked up from that. So it's like, we still have to show this because we shot all this with the CGI and all that. We have to keep this in the film. But we still have to show this to fucking 8-year-old kids where people getting their heads blown off. So it was a mixed bag, and just the thought of it, the big plot hole. He has scanner powers in his movie Scanners about people with telekinesis that can blow people's heads off, yet he doesn't do that to any of the Fantastic Four.
No, all he's doing is pushing them away with psychic powers. Like, you know, if someone's jumping at you, they can levitate you and throw you to the other direction. That's pretty much what the fuck he was doing, and blasting people away with beams and shit.
Straight ass.
You know,
and then, for the last, I'd say maybe 5 minutes of the movie, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this whole time, Thing hasn't said it's clobbering time. What the fuck? This is like his catchphrase. The last 5 minutes of the movie, he puts in the final blow to Dr. Doom, saying, it's clobbering time. And it felt like it was like, oh, we're done with this movie. Well, just add a scene with him saying it's clobbering time. That's what it felt like. It was forced into the movie. And he just uppercutted Dr. Doom into a beam of light, and then he just got disintegrated.
Of course.
The fight was 10 minutes long. That's how long the fight was.
Will?
And the final part was the corniest shit to ever end a fucking superhero movie. They said, last 2 minutes was a discussion of, hey, what should we call ourselves? How about the nerdy freaks? No, that's stupid. Then Ben's like, well, we are fantastic, and there's 4 of us. And he's like, hey, you know what, guys? I got an idea for the name. Black screen credits. That was the corniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I was like, get this shit off my laptop.
You know, even The Matrix and After Earth sound like better movies from what you're saying. What you're saying?
Making the sequels to The Matrix? So what do you mean?
I love all the Matrix movies.
The Matrix Reloaded has a better story plot than this, sounds like.
Hey guys, I know what we should call ourselves. Dun dun.
Original Matrix is amazing.
Yeah, I fucking love the Matrix.
Classic, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't think I'll be interested in the characters, especially not after this. I like the idea of it. I'm into that type of shit. The characters being is more of a. I mean, did you even like the scene where the thing is inside of like it's on break out the fact that it's a rock and it's like suffering? It's like help me, move.
Yeah, there were some scenes where I was like, oh, this is cool because I like the fact that they tried to make the thing more realistic rather than just an orange Play-Doh doll. But it's like the thing looked too realistic. Like at certain points, I was like, he looks like a piece of dog shit that was just plattered together with more dog shit.
It's too brown and
too brown and too shitty.
And washed out, and it's have little specks of orange.
Yeah.
They should have gave him like made them fully orange, but have around the edges of the rock.
Yeah, I was like, this looks like a fucking orange at all. He's walking around fucking naked. At least Ben in the other movie had pants on. This dude's rock dick swinging around and shit, hitting people in the back of their neck.
And it's one of those things where, like, it's one of those things like, either why is he wearing pants? That means he has a dick. If he's not wearing pants and you can clearly see something, but it's just like there's no such thing as.
Yeah, he didn't have no dick in the other movie. He was just completely saw. I'm like, damn, the thing in the other Fantastic Four universe is banging a blind bitch.
That's true. So he must have something. Which again, you go, how's that working while they're for dying, putting rocks up in a like. It's like smooth.
This picture like a big rock.
Does he have those stones? In water, is his dick like that where the water makes the rock smooth? If you got that type
I'll throw water at, I'll throw a bucket of water at the thing. That's his weakness. A bucket of water. Oh, my weakness. Oh, it just breaks apart and shit.
Jesus Christ.
God, that movie sucked.
Oh my God. Does he have like those dicks you see back in the day when he was like hieroglyphics and they would show that they actually had dicks and back in those days and like old school dicks before electricity was invented.
Shit, Watchmen didn't give a fuck. That blue guy's dick was all over the goddamn place.
To it. Oh, he got one of those dicks, so I can picture it.
Well, that's the thing is the thing had a dick. It probably wouldn't be able to swing around since it's just rocks. It'd just be a solid dick just sitting there.
Like when it goes limp, is like hanging rock?
I don't think it goes limp.
And when it goes up, it like forms solid.
I don't know. That's like the question: can Mr. Fantastic, stretch out his dick? And I know that question was answered by Stan Lee and Mallrats, but I don't remember the answer. I think he said yeah.
Either way, it's that
type of shit. Like we didn't think of that type of shit back in the day. We just kind of make characters to make money. But when the thing nuts, does it like shoot out sand? It's like
he nuts pebbles.
Pebbles. That's when he's on that heavy little thing. Like
he nuts pebbles.
Hey, either way, it's a stalactite. Am I right?
Shoot that.
God.
That was my joke for the night.
That movie sucked ass, man. They're gonna make a fucking sequel.
I feel so bad that you wasted your money and fell for the hype.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hell no, I streamed that motherfucking movie.
Weren't you the one that saw it?
Yeah, I streamed it.
Oh.
I was looking at the picture, I'm like, I'm glad I did spend $20 seeing this damn movie. I would have been mad as fuck. I would have been like, I'm glad I didn't purchase no ticket. That's $20 on the fucking toilet.
That's true.
Shit, that's a trip to fucking Golden Corral with that money.
I did my bunny hop into the theater, and I was only there right after, I guess they just came back, and they on, Reed Richards is like putting his arm back together, and then right before he goes to the events, he saw the thing, and that's the part where I start off at. I'm like, oh, this is not bad. Even the music is kind of creepy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was, they were going somewhere with it. At the end, they kind of fucked it up.
It just goes through a whole bunch of shit. At least I can see they made Mr. Fantastic's abilities look less goofy, less stupid. Like it made kind of sense of what he could do and what realistically a person would do without making you go, oh my God, I'm supposed to take this seriously. From that scene where they recapture him again and bring him back, and he's fighting like 5 guys and. It lasts like 10 seconds before the thing comes down and headbutts him.
Yeah.
That's the part I saw, and yeah, it was, and then from there I'm like, yeah, I see where this movie's going down here, and it's just jump here. But it
just feels like, you know, like Fox only does it for the money, and if they think it does well enough, they'll be like, hey, let's make a sequel.
Yeah, let's make a fucking sequel, you know. Hey, we already planned this 8 years ago. We gotta tie it in now.
You know, I was excited to see if their reboot would be good, and then.
And it's funny because in the video I edited out saying if they made a sequel, I was gonna do a rant in front of the theater wherever it was gonna play at. But I edited it out just in case they didn't make a second one. But I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm glad I edited that out, so now I gotta go to now I don't have to go to a fucking theater and fucking rant in front of it. Even though I'm
sure somebody's gonna be like, oh, you said it here, so you gotta do some shit now.
Yeah, I mean, I still might, because if they do actually make a second one, I'm gonna go to the theater and say, you gonna go see Fantastic Four 2? It's the biggest piece of shit ever. Don't fucking go see it. Go see The Notebook 3 or something.
I mean, the Avengers and Ant-Man were the only two movies I saw, and those were like the best movies I've ever seen so far. I was gonna see Terminator and
I thought about it.
the new Hitman movie, but
Wait, what's the second one, Will?
Hitman.
Oh yeah, Agent 47.
Action movie.
What's that?
Terminator. If you're a big fan of Terminator and you just want to see cool shit, then go see Terminator. If you want a go-round story where everything makes sense, where they don't not explain shit, they don't explain nothing in that movie, and it's just get convoluted as fuck going on.
Yeah, like
the old Terminator.
All the robots are in one spot now.
Yeah, and like again, there's no reason for the Liquid Terminator to be there, or the fact that he looks like Will. There's no point of him being there, and they don't explain it. They don't, and they even when Kyle Reese is asking what the fuck is going on, it's like they don't know, or it's deleted files, it's classified files. I'm just like, this bullshit. But if you trying to see like, so the new fan-made this fan-made Terminator, then go see it.
You got the T-1000 who is Asian, like I don't know, and then you got two Arnold Schwarzeneggers running around, and then you got John Connor who became a robot somehow.
It's just
have you seen it?
The new Terminator and the old Terminator, that only lasts about the first 30 minutes of the movie, And
that happens in the first part of the movie? Damn.
Yeah, it's all in the first part. Actually, the first part of the movie, they show everything building up towards that. The first part of the movie is probably the best part. It shows the bombs blowing shit up. It shows the survivors. It shows John Connor bringing up that's the best part. They show the actual part that nobody's seen before, which is actually entertaining. Is when he goes back in time where everything becomes shit. And
so like the part when Arnold Schwarzenegger fights kind of like a copy of himself, that's like the first part?
The first Terminator from the first movie, that's the first, yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Because when he was like, I've been waiting for you, I was like, oh shit. Fucking old Terminator versus old school. Yeah.
I would say the CGI they put on Arnold was amazing.
Yeah, they did a good ass job. I was like, damn, he looks like 30 years old.
I thought they just took it from the original film and HD'd it, but no, that's a full render of his face, a close-up where I go, that looked spot on to his ass. I'm like,
well, shit, Fast and Furious did this shit with Paul Walker's younger brother. This digitally added Paul Walker's face on his younger brother's body.
They could what they did do was amazing. Of course, they can't have him put so much money in the CGI, so
they probably will in Fast and Furious 8. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, pretty much for that. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that, but I would recommend it as a fan film. It's pretty much on the same level as if you want to see Batman and the Predator fight. It's the same shit where it's like, it makes no sense why they are in the same universe and they are fighting, but they are, so you might as well watch it. That's the same thing that goes along with it.